Hi, this is Mark Harrington from go4forexprofits.com. This is the second video in my series on harmonic scanning, and I'm going to start by looking at a particular situation. Is the most recent signal that has been delivered by iMarketsLive's Harmonic Scanner, and we're on the 6th of April, and we have here in front of us, this chart is the pound against the yen. It is attractive to me because it has generated two signals that are both pound yen, one on the daily and one on the 4-hourly. And what we're doing is we're looking here at the daily. So it's identified that this D point is a potential trade entry, and now we need to decide how we enter the trade. And there are three ways of entering a trade. We can enter basically directly on that level. So as where the price is currently below the level, we could just buy it because it's past that level. We could wait until it passes the level, or we could wait for a confirmation with the next bar. So wait until we see what tomorrow's bar looks like to see whether in fact that level is being respected. Now the beauty when we have a 4-hourly chart is that and as we can see, this 4-hourly signal came out 8 hours ago, so we've actually just ticked over into the third bar in this sequence. So that gives us the opportunity to explore the concept of confirmation bars and to whether one could trade this or should trade this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do what I always do, is go back to first principles and just understand what the status of this pair is in the bigger picture, because that will then tell me what sort of trade size to use. Because if this trade is against the trend, I need to reduce my trade size, and if I have strong confirmation through my preferred indicators, I can actually have a larger trade size. So I'm going to step across to my preferred charting platform, which is called tradingview.com, and we're looking here at, this is the pound against the yen. This is currently a weekly chart, and it's got two yellow lines. I'll show you where those two yellow lines came from. They came from the monthly chart. And basically the top one of these, which is where the cursor is now, is from this reversal here, and it is from this reversal here. So it's got some support here, and it's got clear support here. In two different months in this cycle it was respected, and the next one down comes from further back in time. It comes from this level here, and I need to raise it a little bit so it's actually on the top of that level. And now the importance of it is that it's from this reversal here. This is not a significant reversal, but it is a reversal. The importance of it is that it's in the current cycle. So if we go back to the weekly, and just see if there are any trends or patterns, any levels that I need to concern myself on the weekly. Now we can see quite clearly from here, as we squeeze in, that the important situation on this chart is where, if I draw a line from here and we could draw any one of these points with this line here. It goes from the bottom, it's got several touches here, and it is the uptrend line which has been broken. So the trade situation is now, the uptrend has been broken, and we can argue that we are in a downtrend. So hence that's the first indicator that I'm concerned with is that we are in a downtrend and we are looking at a Gartley trade, which is suggesting that we are going to trade long. So that means I will reduce my trade size. I will only put on half trade size until such time I have a confirmation that there's a change of direction. And we can't tell just yet what the state of our momentum indicator is that what we do know is the momentum indicator is below 0, so that is bearish. It is flattening out here, and we've got a low. This is lower than this one here, but we can't tell yet because this bar is still active whether in fact this one is going to be lower or higher. So we have to wait until the end of the week before we know that. So all I know is that this is bearish, and that makes me want to reduce my trade size. So if I now step onto the daily, and let's see what the daily tells me. So now we've seen that on this level here, our daily has broken through this monthly level, and we definitely have a level here which has been respected as a reversal on the daily. So my daily number is always, daily lines always shown as a red line, and I prefer to use the closes. Actually, as it happens here, that is very interesting, is that when I use the closing prices, those two lines are reasonably close together. So this here is what we call a false break. Now there are people who will argue that this is a double bottom, and it's perfectly okay to argue that. You just got to remember that on the monthly chart, it was the double bottom in the middle of the range. This is a double bottom, and this is in the middle of a range, in the middle of a trend. So some people would argue that that's a double bottom. So what are we seeing on our MACD indicator? Do we have divergence here? And it becomes very clear to me that we do, because here we have level lows, or largely level lows, and here we've got divergence. So this is a strong indicator that this trade can reverse. And we also have here, we've got level lows and we had lower lows. So we were already getting an indication here at this point of this reversal. So they've got two levels of divergence in here on the MACD on the daily chart. Note we did not have it on the weekly chart. So if I'd seen that on the weekly chart, I would have been encouraged to increase my trade size. So I'm still going to trade on a reduced trade size. So now let's have a look at the trade entry possibility. And we will remember that we've got a green line here, which is at 156.68. That's the end of the trading zone. So we need to enter sometime before that. Hard to work out what to do on the daily chart as to whether we just go for it and and see what happens. So I'm going to step across to the 4-hourly chart and then just see very quickly what the 4-hourly chart is telling me. And I'm just going to focus entirely on the chart and to see what price action is telling me on the 4-hourly chart. So remember, our signal arrived here. So let's just put a small arrow on here. Our signal arrived here. And we've got an inside bar. We call this an inside bar. where the open and the close are reasonably close together, and we have got another bar which has similarly open and close are together, but the open and the close are at the bottom half of the bar. So, and this one, in fact, the close here is below halfway, this is below halfway, and this is the current bar. And the current bar has taken out the low here, so the price action is predominantly sellers. The buyers tried to take this up and they have pulled back. And remember, we are talking, it's now 11:15, 11:20 Sydney time, so the Tokyo stock market is open and the Tokyo currency market is open. So this is as high volume of yen trading we will see in the Asian session. So what I'm really looking for is we could choose to enter above this level here. And I'll make this just a different color so we could choose to enter above this level here. So the high on there is 156.51, so we could say 156.57 is the current level there, or 58. That's fine. We can choose to enter, put a buy stop order there, or we could just choose to wait until we get clear evidence of buying, and that will be in one of these forms. If we get a bar that goes like this, a bar that goes like this, and a bar goes like this, I want to enter above there. That's a ring low. Or I get a bar where we open here, it goes up a bit, goes down a bit, and closes here. And this happens to be testing this level, especially if it's testing this red line level here. I would be interested in that. So this we call a low test bar. Or if I get an action that looks like this, price opens here, goes like this, and then does this, because then I want to enter above there. So that is where I am sitting. So at the moment I have a pending order sitting at this level here, and I'm going to watch this price action until such time as I get clear evidence of a reversal on the 4-hourly chart. So that's my overview of harmonic scanning on this situation, where we're using a combination of a signal on the daily and a signal on the 4-hourly, and using price action on the 4-hourly. And we've decided that we're going to do half trade size because the momentum indicator is bearish and this signal is telling us to go bullish, go long. So happy trading, and thank you.